All right, we're looking at day 8, which is now dividing by powers of 10. Yesterday we did multiplying by powers of 10, and today we're doing dividing by powers of 10. Today we're going to start with a little activity that gets students to recognize that dividing by 10 is the same as multiplying by 1/10, or it's the same as taking 1/10 of a number. And so this is new information for students. They have not done this before. We need them to generally understand that whenever you take 1/10 of it, it's the same as dividing it into 10 equal groups and taking one of those groups. So we're going to have them do some partner work, like some think pair shares first, or write pair shares. Right? So explain how you would take 1/10 of this cake. And then we would have students write independently for about 30 seconds, partner with a teammate, and then share out answers. And answers that we're looking for are like splitting the cake into 10 equal slices, putting one slice on each plate. The slice is 1/10 of the total, right? And same thing here with the brownies, same idea. Then we get into your teacher gives you 60 cubes. Explain how you would take 1/10 of the cubes. We want students to say again, we're going to split them into 10 equal groups. Each group will have 6 cubes. Students may or may not get that. And then each group is 1/10 of the total. And then we ask them, what operation was this when we split it into 10 equal groups? And students will say dividing. So dividing a number by 10 is the same as taking 1/10 of that, or the same as multiplying it by 1/10. And that'll really guide us for the rest of the day and the rest of the unit. Understanding that when we slide one place value to the right, we're dividing by this number by 10, or we're also taking 1/10 of the number. If I had 4 divided by 10, I would slide it into the tens place. That's the same as 4 divided by 10, or taking 1/10 of 4. If students are really still struggling, another way that you could do this would be like drawing a bar model of 60 divided by 10. That would be 60 would be the whole, and then there would be 10 equal pieces, and 6 would go in each piece. You could shade one of them to show that this is 1/10 of the total. And what's in the shaded region? Well, it's 6. And so understanding that we started with 60, 6 tens, and now we're ending up with 6 ones. So taking 1/10 of that number slides that number one place value to the left, or sorry, to the right. So after we do this like short activity, then we get right into dividing by powers of 10. I'm going to start with dividing 2,000 by 10, 100, and 1,000. And so when I have 2,000 divided into 10 groups, that means I'm going to have 200 in each group. What that looks like in our place value chart is the 2 is in the thousands place, and when I divide by 10, it slides one place value to the right. When I divide by 100, it slides 2 place values to the right. When I divide by 1,000, it slides 3 place values to the right. I slid all the rest of my zeros because I think it's a good habit to get kids in to slide the rest of those numbers. So what we notice is each time we're dividing by a number that is 10 times larger, right? Like 100 is 10 times larger than 10. So when I'm dividing by a number that's 10 times larger, I'm going to get a quotient that is 1/10 the size. 20 is 1/10 of 200, right? So the larger my divisor, the smaller my quotient is going to be. And each time, because I'm multiplying it by a number, or dividing by a number that is 10 times what the previous number is, my answer is going to be 1/10 what the previous quotient was. We do the same things with decimals, right? We have 5 and 37 hundredths divided by 10. We slide it 1, everything goes one place value back. And then this gets a little complicated only in that this number is large. It goes into 100 thousandths. Students likely don't have to do that. I have seen one problem on an E-Net similar to that. Great, and so you can make the connection now when we're multiplying by powers of 10, we're sliding to the left. When we're dividing by powers of 10, we're sliding that number to the right, where the place value is getting 1/10 as big, or 1/100th as big, or 1/1000th as big.